Well, I started pretty close to the beginning, which would have been around 2004, 2005. It's a husband and wife that went to church here and lived downtown. They would witness homeless people, rummaging through the garbage in the back alleys. It's just in one day, the Lord spoke to them and said, I want you to make 12 lunches and go feed these people and be a friend. So they did this and they shared what they were doing with some of us at church, and they really enjoyed it. For the parking lot church, we're there every Sunday. We haven't missed a Sunday except when COVID shut us down, and that started in around 2004, 2005. We got together with the city. We approached them with the idea we need to find a place at a parking lot right behind the RCMP K Division station by Kingsway, and we're still there. And today it's a small crowd. Usually it comes around the corner here. We run into families who are, struggling with, it could be things like rent and food and whatnot. The church has been there at times, to help them get back on their feet. We've got the membership who prepare the lunches, people who bring used clothing and sometimes new clothing. We also have other churches that are involved, and they basically do the same thing. We get a lot of food from Costco and Sherwood Park and the Safeway on Wire Road. We pick up every Saturday and Sunday, and that's brought to the parking lot. We set up like a farmer's market, so there's tables of food, there's tables with lunches, tables with pastry, tables with used clothing, hygiene products. We usually set up a little Bible table where we put some Bibles in there. We always offer prayer at the parking lot. We ask if anyone needs prayer. We do 2 food drives every year. We also do a Christmas gift bag. And other than COVID, for the last 15 years, a Christmas dinner. COVID did put a stop to it. And I am just so grateful that we're able to relaunch this Christmas dinner. I was afraid at first. I was scared of homeless people. Some of them, many of them, look pretty rough. Their language is rough. Even though they look rough, so many of them, their voices are so soft, so calm. Yeah, and I realized, what? Hey, these people are just like me. They're just carrying some major baggage, and they need help. Then we do a lot during the week. Every Sunday, we announce, if anyone needs help, like, household kind of stuff, furniture and whatnot, to come see us. And we have a book, and we'll write down their name and what they need. And as we begin to accumulate these things, good furniture, household items, that's picked up at least 3 times a week. And then it goes to a warehouse that we have, and we check everything out. A lot of times we have to assemble items because they're still in crates or boxes. They have to be put together. We give them a call. Yeah, we bring it over and help them out. And then we find agencies, and a lot of our guests downtown, especially the immigrants, they have nothing, And a lot of people know what we do, so we get phone calls, texts, emails saying, we've got extra furniture, household items. Would you like it? Yeah, so we go over there and we pick that stuff up, and that goes to the warehouse, and that's delivered to needy people as well. I had some people here yesterday. I'll usually try to bring them here, and they can pick out what they want instead of me picking out, to them. Well, I was at another place yesterday, and I walked into their place with some stuff that they had requested, and the place was empty. They were sleeping on the floor. And they had 1 small kitchen table and 4 little chairs. That was it. Yeah, so sometimes it's right full, and then you get a couple families come in here, and it just empties out. Yeah, so just back and forth, back and forth, yeah. What's kind of neat? Sometimes they'll come in here or even the other warehouse, and they're like, I've never been able to shop like this before. Like, this is all free? They're all excited, Most of the places we deliver to are apartments downtown. And You normally can't park in the front because that's all full of cars. So you got to go down the back alley, go through the back doors. And in wintertime, the back alleys aren't graded. So there's deep ruts and very difficult with the unit that we're using right now from church, that big cargo van and that trailer. I know for a fact I would never be able to get to some of these places. It would be a real challenge. I went to church here. They live downtown. It does it all the time. The first time this happened, the church didn't tell me. So it comes on, the service comes on. I thought the motor's overheating or something, so I pulled over, and I'm like, oh no, what's going on? And then it dies. Yeah. We need a different van, but the kind that's has the high top to it, where we can still fit mattresses in there, and I think that would be much more accessible to go through those back alleys. There's people that we haven't seen sometimes in months, sometimes in a year or two. They'll show up at the parking lot one day, just out of the blue, nicely dressed, and they've come in a vehicle, they've got bags of food, and they'll come up to me and they'll say, listen, I want to give back because of what you've done here in this parking lot for me. I'm back with my family, I'm back working again, I'm off the streets, I'm off the drugs, and life is good. Yeah. I've become a lot more understanding that this is the way it is with this community. It's wrong, and my job is to do whatever I can to just make them more and more comfortable and just offer them some kind of hope, something. God has taught me to just one step at a time, one day at a time, and one person at a time.
But I specifically also want to talk about our Christmas Eve offering. If you are unaware, just real quick, the recap on that is that we have, for several years on Christmas Eve, received an offering for a cause, something outside of our local church ministry here. We've done things overseas, we've done things with alliance partners, we have done local projects, and this year we felt compelled to support our We Care ministry. So it was a closer to home a year in which we kind of threw that challenge out to say, hey, let's see if we can't better equip our We Care ministry, which has really grown over the last few months, not just the service that's happening downtown right now, but also the delivering of household goods to people in our community who need a hand up. And so we had this vehicle issue that we've been using our church van and trailer, which is kind of cumbersome to have to constantly hook up and unhook and multiple times a week, as well as we use that vehicle around here for a lot of our operations too. So we kind of threw that challenge out to say, would you consider giving something toward this project? Maybe we can better equip our ministry with a better vehicle. And a lot of you contributed to that, but I also know a lot of folks from our community who come on Christmas Eve also contributed. So wide engagement on this, and I'm really delighted to tell you that on Christmas Eve we raised over $56,000 for this project. Yeah. So on Thursday, I had the privilege, along with one of my colleagues, of signing a check, and we purchased this vehicle right here. Pretty cool. So that is a 2019 Ram ProMaster high roof cargo van. So this is great because we also had some excess funds that we can use for other operational needs and even to maintain this for a little while. So this is a far superior unit that we'll be able to use, our We Care team will be able to use to do all kinds of great good in the community. So if you were a part of that, I hope you get some pride and joy out of seeing that today.